What's up, Capoeira Nation? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for every single of you that are listening to this Capoeira podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you are tuning in right now and if you are listening to this episode, please, 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 I know you're watching or I know you're listening. Okay, I know you're following me on Instagram. So please give me a subscribe on YouTube. I'm trying to get to the 100 subscribers. I know it's a tiny bit, but slowly we can grow together, and slowly I can grow even bigger. The more I grow, that means more information for you. So soon, very very soon, I don't know when, I'm going to start giving away some capoeira gear. Could be a capoeira hat, could be a capoeira shirt, could be a capoeira something. Okay, so please, capoeira sticker. If you like stickers, please give me a subscribe. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Listen to this episode. It's going to be fun. It's always fun with the Capoeira Experience podcast. Thank you so much. Let's roll. What's up, Capoeira Experience podcast? Thank you so much for coming back. This is your host, Instructor Kashishi from Capoeira Versus Indianapolis, and I'm just coming to you with another episode of positivity. So, good question. Quick question. I'm sorry. Quick question for you. Do you speak Portuguese? If not, here's some information why I like to speak Portuguese or why I wanted to learn Portuguese. So back on time, my first trip. This is the way how I learn Portuguese. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up for you to give you some tips for you to learn Portuguese. Okay. At the beginning, when I started capoeira, probably I would say my first trip to Brazil, it was, I would say, probably around 4 or 5 years after I started capoeira. And my first trip, I had no idea. I had some very basic knowledge of Portuguese, and I didn't know how to communicate in Portuguese, right? So once, the first time I went to Brazil, one of my friend, he was like, "Hey, if you want to learn Portuguese, you have to try." Simple as that. You have to just try. And I was like, "Man, but I'm shy. I'm shy to ask. I'm shy to talk. I don't know. I don't want to mess it up." I think that's a very basic and very normal. Trust me, is I speak Spanish, I speak Portuguese, and I speak English, and it's very normal for you to feel shy when you're learning a new Portuguese, a new language. So it's very normal for you to hold yourself back and be like, I don't think I wanna practice or speak because I'm shy. I don't want to screw it up. So, and coming back to my Brazil trip, I was like, I want to learn Portuguese, but I'm shy to speak. And he was, "Well, make me a favor, go get water for me at this place. Just get water for me, and just ask one cup of English. Copo de água, por favor. Copo de água, por favor." Então, they so something another thing too. You probably are going to once you try to speak a new language, you probably are going to cross everything. Okay, so just a heads up on learning some Portuguese. So when I asked for water, I felt a little of relief, and I was like, I don't think this is that hard. And I keep asking for stuff, basic words for water, for the restroom, for food, for ordering in a restaurant, and just having slow conversation. Very super short conversations. Once I kind of like break the barrier of me not being as shy. And then I find out that there's two type of accents that I know of. This is my personal opinion that I know of. And there's the Carioca and there is the Paulista accent in Brazil. So the Carioca is more like um, they drag a little the R. For example, very basic example would be door. The Carioca will be porta, porta, right? And Paulista accent will be porta, porta. They drag a little bit more, not as much they are. So is if you know any other accent, let me know in the comments because I want to learn and see what other accents is in the there in the in Brazil, you know. But those are the only two that I know of. Is probably more. And so I was like, well, I started listening to those accents, and I personally like more the Carioca. I don't know why. I don't really know why. Just I don't know. I like more the Carioca accent. Okay, and then I practicing Portuguese with the capoeira music, reading capoeira music, writing capoeira music, and reading it as I listen capoeira music. Okay, that's another tip for you. There's a tip. So you read it and you listen the capoeira music. And right now on YouTube, man, when I learned Portuguese, there wasn't YouTube around, and there weren't like those YouTube videos with the lyrics as they sing. So right now, on today's times, is way easier for you to learn Portuguese. So don't slack on this. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Okay, do it. Just go practice. Man, there's so many tools on YouTube. You can learn it, okay? And you practice capoeira, bro. Come on, you can practice. You can practice Portuguese there. Yeah, almost every single time you do capoeira, you are going to practice Portuguese. Plus, if you do it, that's another tip. If you want to learn another language, if you merge yourself, or if you is something that you practice all the time, and you practice all the time, it's going to stick to you way faster than just saying that you're going to do it, or just Duolingo. Okay, I know Duolingo works, I know Duolingo helps, but if you do more, is going to be faster for you to learn. Okay, so funny thing, my second trip to Brazil, it was to Piauí, to Teresina. Okay, I went there. We went to a city like my first. I was there for 4 or 5 weeks. Let me see, 5 weeks. I was there for 5 weeks. My first week, I traveled all around the city, and we went to another city out of Piauí, outside of Piauí. I don't really remember the name. I know that we went in bus, and it was probably like 5 hours, 6 hours, something like that. And we went to this little town, and we went to a party. Dude, they were making fun of me. So this is what happened. Okay, pay attention to this. So they were like, we were in the party, and in that party, man, I think that was probably like way over 10 years ago. Yeah, like 12 years ago, something like that. I don't remember. So on that time, they were like, hey, oh, let's go to a party. Let's go to a pagode party, which was super fun. They had a big ass scenario, stage. I'm sorry, they have a big ass stage, and we have big ass speakers, right? And the people I was with, they kind of like knew a little bit the people that was singing, and we got close to a stage. Once we were close to a stage, someone came to me and was like, hey, Brazil, they are very straightforward, and they were like, hey, this girl likes you. So if you like her, just go talk to her. We find out that I didn't like the person, and they came to me and they asked me, "Você gosta da mulher?" In front of the speakers, right? Super loud. I had the speaker on my right side, and this guy was asking me on my left side. He was, "Você gosta da mulher?" He was asking me, okay, if I like women. But I understood if I like that woman. They were making fun of me all trip because I didn't understand this thing. And then this another tip is really, really important for you, um, to understand Portuguese and to understand the Portuguese, because in Brazil they will make fun of you anytime, okay, and they will help you. Of course, they're not going to make fun of you because you don't speak the language, or because you kind of like have like a broken Portuguese. They won't make fun of you. Okay, they probably help you. I'm pretty sure they want to help you, but it's very easy for them to make joke about everything. Okay, so it's completely normal. They're very happy people. So when the next 4 weeks, remember I said 5 weeks. My first week was the trip to that little town. The next 4 weeks was joke every single day, man. Every single day. I was so annoyed by all these jokes. But I was one day I followed, the other day I was like, come on, man, just leave me alone. But it was fun. It was a fun trip, and it was really cool to learn that listen. Okay, so it's very important for you to learn this Portuguese. And on that trip, probably like the following week when I came back, one of the teachers, they had kids. And another way for me to practice my Portuguese, I talk to kids all the time. I was there having conversation with kids, reading. I had the kids teach me and be like, hey, teach me Portuguese. I don't know Portuguese. You my master. And they get super excited because they if you put them so excited on be like, you are the master of everything right now, so you my master. Those kids are gonna love you. They're gonna follow you everywhere. So I had this kid, and I was like, how you say this? And how you say this? And then when the kid started watching comics or TV, I was watching TV with them and learning, absorbing all this information. Commercials, man. Commercials are really nice, for you to understand those kind of stuff. It's actually really funny to see the commercials there. Are very completely different than the American commercials. So it's actually really cool. Then, slowly I start loosening myself up to talk, to be a little more open. And then, when I came to the US, as a Latino, if you see me speaking Portuguese with some people, some Brazilian, I got a lot that say like if I'm Brazilian, because they saw me speaking Portuguese. But it's just a lot of practice. It's a lot of practice for you to and be around Brazilians and speaking with Brazilians and having conversation with Brazilians and learning their language. And also the good thing about what is so important for you to learn Portuguese is because here's why you should learn Portuguese. Okay, one, you can learn the capoeira music way faster, and you're going to understand what they say. Two, you can learn the Brazilian culture, and you can learn how the capoeira history came to what we are right now. Three, when we go to a capoeira event, you can listen to what the people are saying in Portuguese. you're going to understand everything way much better than have someone translate it for you. Trust me, it's completely different. It's much better and more fun. And you can also, when it's a master explaining their wisdom, man, is completely different and so much better when you understand, because there's words, when we're translating, sometimes we skip a word and it's completely normal. But if you understand this, man, you can learn so much stuff, so much. And trust me, it's so cool. You're going to fall in love with even more with capoeira. So that's the reason why I learned Portuguese, and that's the reason why I wanted to learn Portuguese, is because we have that information, so much knowledge, man, so much knowledge. You can talk to capoeira masters. You can ask them questions. You can ask anything you want about capoeira. Capoeira. What is this? Why we do this? And what do you know about this? And hey, how you do this? Why we do this way? What is this? Hey, I have the question about this move. How you do this move? Or some like when you go, anytime you go to Brazil, you can ask for food. You can be by yourself, completely normal, and not be scared, which is completely normal. Being a country where you don't speak the language, be scared, be by yourself. It's scary, because I was scary when I moved to America. I had no idea about English. I did not speak English at all. My English was like, I love you. I probably say this in some podcast, I love you, water, bathroom, and the other word that I'm not gonna say it. And and the F you, that word were the only words I knew it. Hungry, and I don't know, man. So those were the only words, and it was scary for me to be around, because I didn't know how to ask for stuff. So once you learn Portuguese, you're going to feel confident. You are going to learn so much information, man. You can learn so much information. And because we speak English sometimes, because we can, English is a pretty dominant language around the globe. Pretty much, if you speak English, you can move pretty much around any country. Almost all of them, not all of them, but almost all of them. Okay, very easy for you to move around. Same with Spanish, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments if you think different language can help you to move around. But don't be entitled because you speak English. Don't be. You can open up your mind for all these choices of different languages, especially more any other language. If you want to speak something else, learn it, because learning another language is so much fun, man. You can learn that culture. You can learn, and you can move around. The entire continent from South America. The entire continent, they speak Spanish. There's no, of course, Portuguese, Brazil. There's no a country that speak English. Country, probably islands. I'm pretty sure the islands, the Caribbean islands, some of them speak English, and not all of them speak Spanish. But you can move 90% of South America, from Mexico down. You can speak Spanish if you want to. Okay, so don't be entitled with English. You can learn another language. If I can do it, if I did it, I'm 100% sure you can do it. Come on, you just gotta put the work on. You just gotta work on it, practice, and be the commitment of learning. Commit to it. And practice and learn, man. I promise you, you are going to learn capoeira way more if you speak Portuguese. You can speak to masters. You can make phone calls. You can anything you want, man, in capoeira. It's fun. It's fun. Trust me, it's fun. You can sing capoeira music more confident. Don't be shy to speak. Don't be don't be scared to try. Don't be scared. Just do it, man. Come on, you can do it. You smart. You know, you can do. Man, you already do capoeira. That makes you cool. Capoeira is a really really cool thing for us to do. Just by doing capoeira, you're a really cool person. Okay. If you learn Portuguese, you're going to understand this way more, man. So if you don't speak, you can probably see this much when you start speaking Portuguese and learning and understanding Portuguese, man, is like opening the eyes way 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 more. So I promise you, trust me on this. I've been doing capoeira for 19 years now, and I learned Portuguese, and this helped me so much to understand so much and to learn so much because just making simple questions. So, like, for example, I was able to reach the podcast with Mestra Francesinha and ask her questions and understood. The first time I saw her, she was speaking about the woman in capoeira, how the woman started. Man, if I didn't speak Portuguese or if I didn't understand Portuguese, I would have troubles for me to learn all that information. She doesn't speak English, but super basic. I'm pretty sure she have English knowledge. I never asked her, so I don't know. But when she was throwing all the information to us, I was able to catch it because I was able to understand what she was saying. So it's really really cool for you. Again, learn English, learn Portuguese. I promise you, it's gonna be fun. And the last thing, when you go to Brazil, promise me that you are going first, and promise me you are going to eat so much food. Man, the Brazilian food is so good. Oh my gosh. Feijoada, farinha, farofa. Oh my gosh. Coxinhas. So much food. So much food. Pound de queijo. Oh my God. Man, just thinking about it makes me hungry. Promise me you're going to go there to Brazil. And promise me you're going to eat a lot of food. And promise me you are going to learn Portuguese, okay? I just wanted to talk to you about that. These few episodes, I wanted to do this by myself because I just wanted to throw some thoughts out there, for the capoeira community. So please help me spread the voice. Help me with connecting with more capoeiristas, and just give me a subscribe, give me a like, give me a support. This is the only way I can get some motivation from the capoeira community. There's a lot of people watching and listening to this. So there's a lot of you watching and listening the capoeira podcast. So please, if you are watching this and you made it this far, please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube so I can get a little more information from YouTube and open up a little more stuff there. Soon, very, very soon, if you made it this far, I'm going to start having some giveaways pretty soon. I don't know when, but stay tuned for this. Pretty soon, capoeira gear, okay? Can be a capoeira hat, can be a capoeira shirt, can be a capoeira sweatshirt. Depends. If you give me some love and if you show me some love, that probably is going to happen for you. All right? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to make it this far. Thank you so much for being positive. And thank you so much for tuning in, okay? Stay positive. Keep training. Keep moving. Keep doing those Zoom classes. Keep supporting your instructors, your professors, your master, your capoeira community first, and then let's support more people around. Okay, subscribe, like, listening. Thank you so much for everything you do in the capoeira community just to show up in class. Thank you so much. Your instructor Kashishi signing off, or signing out, or however you say it. Peace. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for getting this far. Remember, please subscribe. Give us a thumbs up on Facebook or YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is going to help us and help me to get bigger numbers and bigger subscribers so we can give more information. Okay, please, if you're listening, I know you're listening, I know you're watching, please give me a subscribe, give me a like. Okay, I know you're watching right here or listening. All right, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening every single episode, especially the episode we just did. All right, thank you so much. Peace.